All right, guys. I hope you can hear me. This is first time I've set up a push-to-talk key on this headset that is global and is not local. So hopefully you can hear me and this goes fine, and that we don't crush the server, our SOTA. Uh, I want to start off by saying that just a brief history of how we got here. The last time we did a SOTA was on the eve of us leaving Wicked Creek for greener pastures to join in World War B. Uh, we always said that we weren't going to be those guys that fought goons, uh, but the money was too good, and the contract was worth it, and there was the chance of getting some premium space and learning how to fly better doctrines and becoming better pilots along the way. And between then and now, I think we've accomplished that, and then some. We have A+ space. We have solid allies that we gained throughout the course of World War B. Almost every one of you at almost every level has grown as a pilot and a player in this game. We've picked up lots of new leadership dudes. And we've really come a long way from where we were when we moved up here. And we're pretty much growing at just about every level. With a couple of exceptions, we'd like to see growth in other areas, and I think we can accomplish that after we move, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But to start with, I mean, it's never fun to give up your home, a place that you've called home for 6 to 8 months, let's say. But the fact is, I don't think that we can continue to grow as an alliance in the sphere of influence of NC and PL living next door to them. So, I mean, the gist of it is, to keep this short and simple, we found some fun stuff to do, and it's going to keep us occupied for a while and give us lots of opportunities to grow. I'm pretty excited about this. And I think on every level, from our PvP bloodthirsty pilots to our player versus environment subject matter experts, I think we're going to have a lot of fun over the next few months.
Is that my cue? Sabo. All right. So guys, last week we've been putting together quite a plan, and I think we've got something solid here. So we're going to go over that for a little bit. I think anyone who was here during World War B or Tribute, even if you just joined and caught the end of it, you've got to be excited about some of the things we've been doing militarily. I've been doing this for almost 11 years now. And same thing with Vale. He's been doing it longer than me. And we've seen some really great on. It's from an FC team. This is one of the best FC teams I've ever been a part of. It's had me really excited, really energized to play the game lately. We've got some pilots who are doing some things I haven't been able to do with pilots I've been commanding for years. And it's just a regular, that we didn't go out and recruit anything special. This is just motivated people doing things that following directions, really putting stuff together, and we've been able to pull off some crazy stuff. But when we left Wicked Creek and moved over to here, our goal was to kind of grow as an alliance and take that next step, and I think we did. I really do think we accomplished our goals. But as y'all all know, if you've been here for the last 2 wars, we can't continue to go on like we have without the final step in escalation. We have a great doctrine, and there's a difference between fleet concepts and doctrines, and I think y'all know that. We have a great overall doctrine. I really truly believe that, but we do not have the final step of that doctrine. We do not have the final escalation option that allows us to have a strategic posture to do what we want to do. Our inability to field a sizable cap fleet, to use capitals when we want them, to have a super fleet that can really do, really be powerful, is limiting us. I want our corps to be able to deploy when they want to deploy. I want Delta Squad to be able to deploy when they want to deploy. I want us to not always have to worry about what we're doing and is it going to screw us over or anything like that. And I think the Tribute War showed us more than anything that when Task Alliance really puts our mind to something, we can accomplish much more than even I thought possible. So we have a schedule set up and we have a plan set up. And what we're going to need as an alliance is singular focus on our next goal. What we're going to do is starting today, we're basically giving you the Christmas holidays off. You have from now until January 1st to move to our destination, which is Sindaya or Podian. Either one is fine. They're both right next to each other. Podian is where most of our caps will be moving. If you make it to Sindaya, that's fine. You have 2 weeks as a corporation to get down there. As yourself, take some time. If there's something, house cleaning and Eve, you've been thinking about doing, now's the time to do it. As far as corp stuff, the alliance itself will be going under some changes. Tomorrow we have a military leadership meeting where we will be going over DDFC changes and things like that. Logistics structure will be changing. We're going to be making a lot of changes over this 2-week grace period. And one of the reasons we're doing this 2-week grace period is because the weekends are just not great. Next weekend is literally Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then the weekend after that is New Year's Eve on Saturday. So you have 2 weeks to get to Podian or Sindaya, and we'll be running some move fleets here. And then on January 1st, when most of you will be hungover, myself included, and incapacitated in your own homes, we are going to start the invasion to take our new space. And the goal that we are setting out to do, we're not taking new space to find a home, to rat a little bit, to kind of chill. We are taking new space to gather the resources to build the super and capital fleet that will make us the superpower we need to be in this game. I have no doubt, and Billy and I have talked about this a lot, that we are one of the better alliances in this game now, but we are not yet where we need to be. Our singular goal is to finally take that final step. We are going to get the resources to do that. We are going to get the space that will allow us to build that cap fleet, but we have to focus entirely on it. On January 1st, we will run a Euro and a USTZ move up. On January 2nd, we will run a Euro and a USTZ move up, and then we will invade whoever the hell we're invading, and honestly, it really doesn't matter. What we're going to do now is we're going to split up into 3 move fleets. We're going to move subcaps down to cover a Podian Fortizar that is onlining. It's onlining at 0042 Eve. Obviously, we're going to get there a little bit early. So if you can be around at 0042 Eve, we're going to put your subcap there and just show up. All we got to do is cover that Fortizar onlining. And then we have one op tonight that's super important. Billy, what time are we forming for that?
0300.
0300. So guys, the way we're going to do this is I need you to leave one ship behind in the OB Fortizar. We're going to be forming a nightmare fleet tonight. Like I said, you have 2 weeks to move. You have 2 weeks to move, so you can get this ship down there later. I need you to leave a nightmare or something for nightmare fleet in the OB Fortizar tonight, and either a jump clone that you can jump clone back to, or you can just do what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave my death clone here, and I'm going to death clone back, and then I'm going to move later. But we're going to form a nightmare fleet out of the OB Fortizar tonight at 0300, was it? Yeah? Yeah. And then after that 0300 form up tonight in the OB Fortizar, we are officially on 2-week break. You have 2 weeks to get to Podian. On January 1st, we start our invasion. At 042 Eve, we need you guys in Podian to cover the Fortizar, and that's it. Everything else, you have time to do what you need to do. And then on the start of the new year, on 2017, we're going to take that final step. So right now I have 3 FCs, Amzi, Pandy, and Archangelus. They all have fleets up. Go ahead and open those spots up to 250, by the way, guys. Arch is going to take Fleet 1. Pandy is going to take Fleet 2. And Amzi is going to take Fleet 3. Whichever one you join, guys, it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter what subcap fleet you're in. Really doesn't matter what ship you're doing. If you know that you can't move through high sec, if you have low security status, then you need to bring a fast ship. Otherwise, we're going through high sec, take that into mind. Join one of those fleets. They'll put in the fleet MOTD what mumble channel you need to be on. If you're already outside of the OB Fortizar, not a big deal. If you're in the OB Fortizar, you need to join one of these fleets. And that's it. We need to go right now, guys. So go ahead and join that fleet. As soon as you're in the fleet, move to the proper Mumble channel, and we're going to start moving soon. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited. We're going to have a great new year. See y'all there.
All right, so I'm just going to say a couple other things before we get any further. Just a reminder, the op tonight is 0300. It will be Nightmare Fleet. If you don't have Nightmare, Scimitars, Hugins, Lachesis, etc., that will be from OB. As far as moving goes, before this question gets asked 100 times. So the current plan for movement is, as today, we will be doing move-offs. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, there will be move-offs. They will not necessarily be scheduled, but I'm sure there will be some scheduled. Part of the problem with why we're taking so much time, giving you so much time, is we know that you have a large quantity of assets stuck in Vale, Ob area, etc. And as such, we needed to make sure that everybody had time to move those assets, as well as to incorporate the Christmas break and ensure that we give you guys the ability to spend that time with your family or take a break, etc., as needed. It's a kind of a rare occasion. It's not uncommon for people to have wars over Christmas Eve in EVE Online. I know I've certainly spent Christmas Day killing bosses years ago, and we definitely don't want to create that situation. So as of January 1st, we're hoping that everyone will be ready in either Sendai or Podium, and we will begin our offensive from that location. If you have a capital, you see the capital channel, there will be plenty of people there to help you. Super capital is the same. If you're moving via regular caps, I always recommend you go in groups. Don't go in singular form, or you will end up a victim of the pirates along the high sec presence.